Morning to all of you. I think on a cold morning, some warm statistics is useful. In the ceiling, as you know, for election expenditure is 10 lakhs. Most of there are some like Delhi who are at 9 and some are 5, but otherwise for an assembly constituency is about 10 lakhs and for the parliamentary constituency is 25 lakhs. I was asked a question whether it is sufficient. I would not answer the question, even though he asked me to answer this one. I would not answer. I will put it in a different way. Does anybody stick to anything in this country as far as law is concerned on this issue? No. So what's the point? If you say 10 lakhs, tomorrow it makes it 20 lakhs. Again, the fellow is going to spend another not 20 lakhs or 2 crores. Have you a way of catching it? Very little. So in the certainty of not being able to be caught, the expenditure is going to be incurred. So what is the big point in saying that 10 lakhs will become 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs and 40 lakhs? I'll just give you one information. In the Karnataka election, which is concluded in May, we had seized cash of 16 crores, liquor of 10 crores, goods worth 18 crores, sarees, fan pieces, cricket kits, you name it, it was there. 45 crores worth of material was seized. Now you can quickly calculate. If you are a 5% person, then this is 900 crores expenditure. If you are a 10% person, it is 450 crores expenditure or 4 crores, depending upon whether you are a 10% person or a 5% person. Then another interesting statistics. In Karnataka, the ADR calculated and gave us the information. In 2004, 104 crore was the asset of the candidates who had filed their nominations. Comparative figure for the same candidates in 2008 was 933 crores, an increase of 797%. And there was one lone person who wanted to beat everybody hollow. So he had 31,526% increase in his assets in the period of 4 years. Definitely there was economic boom, you will agree. So if there is a ceiling of 10 lakhs and you spend 1 crore, what does it mean? You must be economically a fool or you are a good calculating person. You know very well that I spent 10 lakhs, I spend 1 crore against 10 lakhs, I will get 5 crores back. So he is a rational person. I can never say that a candidate is not a rational person. He is a very, very rational person. He can't be irrational. So what are we talking about? Why not stop this myth about ceilings? Why not simply say that you do whatever you want to? We will watch it. So what is the regulatory mechanism? Within 30 days, the candidate has to file his accounts. Now, I think one former Prime Minister said that the day we enter the legislatures, we start with a big lie. That is, first lie is uttered when you hand over your accounts papers. Is there any possibility of our checking those accounts? Just impossible, because after the elections are over, none of the district magistrate is willing to spend time on this issue. 30 days, he puts it up outside his office. I mean, those conscientious ones put it up outside their office, saying that this is the expenditure statement given by these candidates. Within 45 days, if you want to challenge, you have to challenge the accounts of the winning person. There is no point in going to the court in an election petition against a defeated candidate. So against the winning candidate, if you want to go, so you will have to put it up, you will have to take this information, and within 45 days of results being declared, that which gives you 15 days of margin. If the district magistrate puts it up within 30 days, after that you have another 15 days to go to the court and say that this election is not valid, because this candidate has overspent. And what does the history show? Very happy figure. We have disqualified 960 candidates out of 10,000 candidates in the last 3-4 years. But that is statistics. What is the truth? All this 960 were disqualified. None of them was disqualified because the accounts were wrong. All of them were disqualified because within 30 days they didn't submit the account. And most of it is the independent candidates. The dependent candidates never make any mistake in filing the accounts in time. And in the entire, I've gone through the last 20 years of record, there are only 2 candidates who were disqualified on this account of not filing, filing a wrong or exaggerated wrong accounts. The Supreme Court, the High Court and the Supreme Courts found fault. There were only 2 cases which were proved on this issue of overspending. So I suppose the whole exercise is the whole thing is an exercise in futility. In Karnataka, things went to such pass, depravity at its worst. We found cash from ambulances. Ambulances were not carrying the sick. It was carrying cash. Because the observers found, raided some places, got some cash and all that. So some bright chap got an idea saying that which is the best way to beat the system. All right, use an ambulance. At least, they will respect the ambulance. One fellow turned out to be a non-respecter of the ambulance. So at midnight he caught hold of an ambulance because he suddenly saw too many ambulances going. So he caught hold of one and found some cash. In one other state, I think I will name the state, in Tamil Nadu, it was said in one of the by-elections that envelopes were pushed containing 500 rupees and 1000 rupees under the door at dead of night. We don't have a way of going dead of night to everybody's house and finding out how much money is being pushed in. So it is impossible for us, excepting for those 15-20 days when our observers may be there and they may catch something, it's just not possible. If the law is made and it is to be broken, it will be broken very well. So please let us not make one more law saying that increase the ceiling from 10 lakhs to 1 crore. It will be again broken. There is no point in doing that. Thank you.